This is how every conversation goes with somebody in the community. Hey, I'm John Hiatt. And they say, oh, are you related to Chuck? I say, yeah, I'm his son. And they're like, Chuck's a great guy. He's such a good guy. And I've thought about that a million times, and it's like, you just can't ask for a better gift than having a good name.
Well, he started his work as a pastor in a small town in Emory, South Dakota. He ministered to very young people as well as very elderly people. And we spent a lot of time visiting in the elderly people's homes. He spent a lot of time in a hospital visitation and a lot of time mentoring younger people as well. So I think those days helped prepare him for working in a venue that would have more elderly people.
All of the work, the pastoral ministry work, the work at the seminary, and then the fundraising experience I had all along the way prepared me for the work at the Good Samaritan Foundation. But if you look back over the history of what I've done, that's the focus I've had opportunity to work in. And frankly, that's the area that I've always, in a sense, put forth effort to grow in.
I think one of the things that I've seen in my dad as he took on this job at the society and grew in his career was his passion for elder care. And I think this is something that came about with seeing his own mother go through a very tough time at the end of her life, and an uncle of his that's very special to him who's still going through some tough times in his life, and then his in-laws as well. And I think one of the things that I always admired in my dad as he helped care for those people in the various ways that he cared for them was his passion for elder care, and he was able to carry that passion forward in his work with the society, which I thought was a great way to be able to extend one's personal life into one's work life.
My personal mission is to advance the cause of Christ by using my gifts and graces in whatever way God calls me to, while caring for my family in the best possible way.
That is the factor that I see as the greatest gift in Chuck's life is his faith. He has been faithful throughout our life in the times that are very good, the times that are very bad. I think another time when I saw his faith really rise to heights was a time when we had some medical issues in my life, and he was a rock.
I can still picture various times throughout life when I was still living at home in elementary, middle school, high school, being up early in the morning and seeing Dad sitting in the chair, his Bible open with his journal, and having that as a point to start his day. I wish that I could say that always happened for me, but that example has always been a great encouragement that faith was a huge component to everything that he did, and it was the thing that got his day underway. His faith, again, I think the word that just comes to me is steady. He's just not somebody that gets too high or too low about anything. I think that's just a wonderful characteristic. And really, I think that's almost a definition of faith. Hey, when things are great, praise those things when they happen. And then when things are tough, you just have the belief that it's going to be fine. Just that steady, rock-solid faith, I think, is really descriptive of him.
Chuck is a kind of person who can relate to all kinds of different individuals, and I've always admired him that way. He interfaces so well with the society membership and coworkers throughout the country, and just is an easy person to talk to, very winsome.
Chuck always believes the best in each of us, that we're coming from the right place, and that we want to do our best work. We want to serve the people the best way we can, and I want to take that into all of my work. I want to, as he did, try to lift the people that I work with up to do greater things.
He always will celebrate with anybody that wants to celebrate, and then he will, the very next breath, he'll be in someone's struggle and in it so much that he feels the pain. And then after that point, always praise him up. Praise him up. We've had that, I've seen that professionally in our work, and then even personally, he'll sit down and pray if you've got some kind of struggle. So it's that balance between professional and spiritual life that he always had so right. He just knew that was important, and in the heat of the battle, that would show up. His absolute belief that God was going to weigh in every time in everything.
He's walked with me across a lot of road, a lot of life's road. I always knew he was there, supporting me and cheering me on, and professionally he's done that. I think I'm both a better employee, a better worker, and also a better person because of having known Chuck.
I most look forward to flexible pacing. The week I decided I was coming to tell Dave that I was going to announce my retirement in my personal devotions, that was early January of 2015, the author was suggesting each person should identify a single word that would be their guiding theme or guiding principle for the year. So I thought, well, what would that be as I anticipate retiring? And the word that I settled on was pacing, in the sense of knowing I can do things in a flexible way, do them when I want to, when I don't want to, however that works out. But just have a sense of there's not a huge burning list of to-do items, although that seems to be growing already, but to have a sense of pacing and flexibility in that. So that's the part that I look forward to the most.
I just don't ever think he's going to retire. I told him that. I told him, I'm like, you're a pastor and a fundraiser. I'm like, you're going to be working till 10 years after you're dead. He's had such an impact on people in ministry life, in nonprofit work. That impact is going to be long-lasting. It will be. It will be far beyond his life and far beyond now that he's retiring, This is just a new phase. It's not the end of anything. It's really the start of something brand new for him. It's just a great testament to being willing to do your very best at your work, but not let that dominate your life, and having that balance of being good at your work when it's work time and being good at the important things of being a father and a husband and a grandfather when it's time to do that. And that's really all the time.
And I know within the community here in Sioux Falls, a lot of friends over the years that he has, close friends that have been drawn into who he is as a man and what his values are and what he represents. And again, people just so look up to him. I have to say I've never heard anybody say anything but positive things about Chuck and his work and who he is as a person.
It's about his actions as much as it is his words. He was so consistent, you could predict how he would function under fire. He would go to his faith. He would expect that God was there a few steps away. And somehow that it found its way into everyone in the room, everyone involved with the situation. But it is that integrity, that consistent modeling of care and confidence and trust.
We have a quotation hanging on our wall. The quotation is from Plato, and it says, "I know of nothing more worthy of a man's ambition than his sons become the best of men." And that's hanging underneath the pictures of our three boys and their graduation pictures. When I first became pregnant with our oldest son, and I told Chuck, he was very unnerved. And he said, "I don't know how to be a dad." And, my first inclination was kicking in saying, well, you have no choice. You're going to have to learn. But he had not had good role models for fathers. And he really rose to the occasion, and he has fathered his sons in a remarkable way. So he has fulfilled that ambition of his sons becoming the best of men.
God's blessings to you, Chuck and Janelle. Remember, you're loved.
As you move into this next phase of your life, sharing your many talents and gifts and love with the world, I wish you all the best and God's blessings to you.
Thank you, Chuck. God's blessings. You have blessed us, and you have blessed many. I hope you and Janelle have wonderful years ahead, and I know that you will do the things that God puts in your path to do.
Best wishes to you, Chuck, and thank you for all of your dedication, all of your hard work, for all of the relationships that you've nurtured throughout these many years who have caused people to think of the society and their gift giving, praying for the society. You've been a tremendous leader, and we are blessed. Thank you.
It's like Paul often said at the beginning of many of his letters. He said, "I thank my God on every remembrance of you." All of my memories of you through these many years, collectively, bring to my mind and heart a deep sense of thanksgiving and gratitude. God has used you in so many wonderful ways to touch so many lives and to lift up the mission and ministry of Good Samaritan. You've been an amazing partner, and I thank God for you. I wish you and Janelle the best as you begin this new phase of life. I pray God's richest blessings on you. Thanks, friend, for all you've done.
Hi, I'm Chuck Hiatt, Good Samaritan Foundation. Nice to meet you.
You're the guy that furnishes all the money.
Well, we work at it, yes. That's part of what we're trying to do.